I've made terrible dating decisions so that you don't have to. So get comfy whilst I tell you how I was in a relationship, or should I say mummy shit, with the stingiest man on planet Earth. This is a juicy one. When I was 19, I thought I was a lover girl. I thought, oh, I'm just so generous. No, I was an idiot whose self-esteem was in a homeless man's bum somewhere in hell. So I'm that girlfriend that's always over-giving. Oh, don't worry about me. I'll pay for this, I'll pay for that. Oh, I'll get this, I'll get that. Oh, I'm out at the moment. Do you want something? Oh, I've just seen something you really like. I'm gonna get it for you. Give. That's all I was doing, just giving myself away. So I'm in a relationship with this guy now and I'm giving. You know, don't want him to think I'm using him. Don't want to come across like a gold digger. You know, I had to prove I'm not using him for his overdraft. So I was a student and I didn't work during my third year of uni. I got a weekly allowance from my dad for like groceries, you know, just to keep me alive. So this working man who's on his second job after graduating will come to my uni flat and eat all the groceries in my fridge. I'll just walk to the kitchen and find him there like this. As in back arched, hand on hip, like you're 9 months pregnant. Just gulping my apple and mango juice. That's my favorite. The thing is, like, I don't actually care about that. Like, have what you want, but it's the fact that I was never offered anything. Like, he would never replace the groceries he ate, the drinks he's downing. As a matter of fact, when things run out, he would actually come with me to Aldi, stand with me at the till and watch me pay, and then come back to my flat like this. Remember I told you sometimes I might just get random gifts, you know, see something you might need, buy it and give it to him? No. If it's not my birthday or it's not Christmas, I would never see or smell a gift. Even something like Valentine's Day or Christmas, he'll wait to see if I'm getting a gift first. Then that's the only time that he'll get me one. And his reason will be why I can't let you get me a present and not give one back. Not, oh, because I love you. Not, oh, because I thought you'd love this. Not, oh, let's celebrate together. No, you got me one, so I have to give one back. And when I say gift, I use that term lightly. These weren't gifts. I was just saying in passing one time that I wanted this phone case. Phone case. And he decided to wait a whole year until my birthday to surprise me with said phone case. My birthday gift was a phone case. So one time when I've got no groceries left because they've been inhaled by this whale, so I was like, there's nothing to eat and there's nothing to cook. And he said, and I quote,
yeah, well, I'm not sure what you're going to do about that then.
What? So now this is where I got annoyed and I was like, you should offer to buy me food. Like, do I have to spell it out? And he said, and I quote,
how is it fair that you're hungry and it falls on me?
Hang on guys, can we remember something really quickly? So when I now started speaking up and complaining about things were being done, but being done by force. So before we would never go on dates, right? This is something I had to complain about. Disclaimer, anything this guy did or ever bought, anything of the sort, was always after many fights, many complaints, many arguments. He genuinely never did anything of his own accord. So once I've jousted him for simple date nights, his idea of effort was to only book dates that were available on Groupon. Now, for any Americans or any international people watching this, I don't know what Groupon is. It's a food discount app, okay? 2-for-1 deals, 2 for £25, 2 for £19, mainly at random pubs and random restaurants like Pizza Express. Like, they're not nice, period. They're not nice, okay? Any place I suggested say that I want to go, he will check first if it's on Groupon. And if it's not on Groupon, we're not going. Now, 2 for £25 means 2 of us are going hungry. But when he was with his mates, he'll be going to Nobu and Novikov. But when it's me, is it on Groupon? You'll be pleased to know I eventually put my foot down and guess what? I just said I'm leaving. I'm leaving because you don't want to do anything for me, okay? It's obvious. I have to tell you to do any and every little thing for me. I don't want that.
Please, no, I know what to do. I can change. I swear.
I'm not even joking, that's how he would actually react. Like, I would block and he would buy SIM cards just to contact me again. So I'm like, okay, you want to make an effort? Let's hear it. So we went to a restaurant and then we stayed at a hotel after. And in the morning I asked him, could you get me breakfast, please? Because he was the kind of guy that if you don't ask, he's not going to offer you anything. And I wanted to see the effort. I give a lot, I just want to be given back now. So he was like, yeah, sure, that's fine. So then I went on my phone to look on things on Uber Eats to see what I wanted to get. And he immediately starts pretending to be asleep. So I was like, oh, I found what I want to get. Can I have your phone, please? And he was like, it's been 45 seconds. You're not in REM sleep right now. Bring me that. So yeah, he was like,
No, yeah, what? Oh yeah, here you go.
So I ordered the breakfast. I'm thinking everything's cool, everything's calm, everything's fine. We're driving back home now and he's silent the whole journey. I'm telling you right now, he was livid. He was driving like this. He was filled with rage. So I was like, is everything okay? And he was like, yeah.
No, it's fine, it's fine.
And now when he drops me home, about half an hour later, I'm seeing 3 pages of paragraphs being annoyed that he got me breakfast. Why did you ask me to get you breakfast when you could have got it yourself? I was trying to sleep and you told me that I have to get you breakfast. Meanwhile, I paid for the hotel. Why should I pay for breakfast? And then I was just like, what is all of this about? Like, breakfast was £8 and he goes, don't gaslight me! You know what? No, that's it. At that point, I was actually done. I said, no, I can't do this. I could not be in a relationship like this. Getting 3-page paragraphs because you bought somebody £8 worth of breakfast is crazy. At that point, I'm sorry, I'm not for you.
You guys, I'm so fucking confused with what just happened. And I need to see if anybody can explain this to me. Tell me why. I just went on a first date. Everything was going good. Everything was going really good. We were like, our values aligned, everything, right? The first date was at the mall and there's a Cartier store and we're like walking around the mall after to like go for a walk. And he's like, oh, I want to go look at some watches. But this mall is dangerous. Like, if I go in the store, I'm just going to buy something. And I was like, yeah, like, keep me out of Chanel, keep me out of Cartier. I'm going to buy something. And then he was just like, okay, let's go to Cartier. I'm just like, okay, let's go to Cartier. Let's see what's up. We go in there. He starts looking at women's watches. I'm like thinking like, okay, maybe he wants to get me a women's watch, or like, I don't know. So then he like asked them to look at a couple of them. He's like asking about the pricing. He's asking me to try them on. I'm still like a little bit confused. And then so then he tells the sales associate like, okay, I'll take this one. And then she's just like, okay, is it a gift? And he goes, yeah. And then for a second, I'm just like, is he getting me the watch? So then, she goes, is it for her? And he says, no, it's for a friend. What? Are you really buying a women's watch for a friend right in front of me on our first date? Like a $5,000-$6,000 watch with no explanation? So then obviously, like, you know, he's like sitting there, they get all of his info. I'm just sitting there so confused. So then I tell him, because I tried on a ring while we were there, and I was like, you know, that's so nice of you to get that for your friend. Do you want to get me the ring too? And he just like laughs a little bit and like shakes his head no. What? Who are you? At least give me an explanation. Do you have a girlfriend? Who are you buying this watch for? Like, I'm so confused. Are you trying to impress me? Because I'm thrown off. I'm confused. I still do not understand what the fuck just happened. Like, what just happened? So then I was like, you know, it was nice meeting you. Like, have a good rest of your day. And I just did. Because, like, what is going on?
Story time. I went on a date with a very famous actor, and it ended up being horrible. So we went out to eat at this really nice place in Miami, one of my faves. Everyone knows him. And I'm like, Lord have mercy. There's going to be no type of discretion. It was like the entire time people were in our face, looking, turning, watching. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. Anyway, we sit down, we have our table, we order food. And I don't even know how the conversation ended up here. But he starts talking about how he hates when girls wear Fashion Nova. Meanwhile, I'm wearing Fashion Nova. And I'm like, yo. So I'm too embarrassed at this point to even say anything. At the time, I work with Fashion Nova, like as an influencer. This is back before Instagram deleted my page, but whatever. I'm feeling really cute in my outfit, but I'm like, damn, sir. So we keep talking. We keep eating. The food was so damn good. I'm trying not to eat everything because I can eat a lot, and I definitely am a plate clearer, but my outfit was really tight and like a light color, kind of like a stretchy material, where I was like, yo, if we do anything after this, I'm gonna look pregnant if I keep eating. So I slow down. So we start talking about family and his family dynamics and my family dynamics, and don't know again how this comes up, but I'm talking about my father and how we don't have a relationship, blah, blah, blah. How about this man starts telling me that I need to find a way for my father and I to be cool again? Sir, do you know this man? Do you know any of the reasons why we are not cool? Do you understand that there could be so many reasons, like he raped me, dropped the G, that we're not cool? Which he didn't, but either way, there could be a multitude of reasons that I'm not with him. And he was just like, oh, you know, a lot of times people's moms don't tell you the whole story of what goes on with your dad. And then before you know it, you have animosity for him and it's not even real. And I'm like, it's crazy to me that men will literally defend other men that they do not know whatsoever off of the strength of what's happened in their current life. So I'm just drinking more. I'm like, Lord have mercy, what is this date? And he is a little older than me, so he has that, like, I know what I'm talking about, like, slightly condescending manner that I can't stand. So I'm hitting him with a, shake your head, Jess, shake your head. Because if I say how I really feel, I'm gonna flip this table and dip. So I'm just like, stay pleasant, just get through this evening. And then it gets worse. I don't know how we end up here, but we start talking about Rihanna. This man starts telling me how much he loves Rihanna, how much he wishes he could date Rihanna, how much he would just do anything for her, how he's like a super fan and all this shit. And I'm like, bruh, who doesn't want to date Rihanna? She's a baddie, she's beautiful, she's from the islands. You done know all how the thing go. But can we not do that right now? Bruh. When I tell you this man, it went into strict and very definitive detail about Rihanna's appearance, about how classy she is, about how he felt like he would just suck her toes and just, it was insane. I knew I would never see him again after the date. I was like, yeah, this is dead. Like, we're never doing this shit again. I said to myself, it's so funny that a lot of women will think that dating men with status and dating these famous men is just gonna make life easier, when they don't realize that a lot of the times, not saying always, but a lot of the times when men have clout or they have money or they have some kind of status, they have their own crap going on in the background that you're probably going to find out about, and they just make it really hard to deal with, and they're not willing to see their own crap because in their mind they're perfect and they're a catch and you should be lucky to be here. But yeah, I never saw bro again. Negative 10 out of 10, would not recommend.
Oh, hey guys, it's me, Mason, who just got home from apparently a very bad first date. Why was it such a bad first date? Well, probably for starters, because I did not know that I was on a first date. Nobody told me. And get this, it was a lesbian date at that, which is unfortunate because I am not a lesbian. I wish I was. It'd make life a hell of a lot easier, but unfortunately, I like men. I know, it's my cross to bear. So I have been Instagram friends with this chick for years. We have a mutual friend in common. We've hung out a few times in groups like years ago. But as of late, she's been reposting a lot of the same stuff I have. We've been LOLing at the same stupid memes. And so she just posted a photo of her in this cute little dress from a Friendsgiving. And I wrote, "Oh my God, you look so cute. We should go get dinner and drinks." Which when I say it out loud, yes, that does sound like an invitation to go on a date. But I did not know that she liked girls. There was zero indication. Zero. She did like occasionally like repost like LGBTQ plus content, but so do I. So I thought she was, you know, just an ally. And apparently not. So we go to dinner. We have a lovely dinner, but things shift at the very end when the bill comes. And I go, "Do you just want to split this down the middle?" I did get an extra cocktail, so I'll get that. And her whole demeanor just shifted. Which, in retrospect, yes, that makes sense, because etiquette would say that if I asked her on a date, I should pay. It was expensive. I am too poor to go on lesbian dates. Way too poor. So I get home, and my phone starts ringing. Now, we had been communicating via Instagram, even though we exchanged numbers. So I look at it, I'm like, what insane person is calling in the year 2025 of our Lord Jesus? Nobody I know. It was her. I just thought that crazy people called, you know, like Brad and his mother, but it was her. I feed the dog, I feed the cat, I forget to look and see that I have a voicemail. So I listen to the voicemail. I listened to the voicemail 3 times because my little tiny blonde brain was not processing the fact that she said, and I quote, "I don't see a romantic connection with us." Oh, you don't say? No Sherlock, I don't either. Because I didn't know we were on a date. And do you think that this is what I would choose to wear on a date? Something so close to my neck? Ma'am, I got knockers. And if I'm going on a date, I'm going to show them off. Do you think this is why I'm single? My self-esteem is like, how do you get rejected when you didn't even know that you were...
So I guess I'm just to the point in my dating journey where I'm not holding anything back. I'm telling the whole truth. When I don't have a good time, I'm saying it. We're all going to know because I'm not going to go home like this. I recently had the worst date of my life by far. Like, I'm talking by a long shot. If it's one thing about me, I know how to have a good time on a date. I do. I may not get to that commitment part because I am a little commitment phobic. Excuse me, I'm working through my issues. But I know how to go on a date and I know how to have fun. So I can do that. This was the worst experience I've literally ever had. I'm not going to go into too much detail. I don't like putting my business out there. But throughout the whole date, he just had an attitude. It was like being on a date with, what's his name? Oscar the Grouch from Sesame Street. That's what I felt like I was doing. That's who I felt like I was out. I felt like I'm talking to myself when I'm on my period. That's exactly what it felt like. And I told him, like 30 minutes in the date, I'm like, you seem like you don't want to talk. You seem like you don't want me to ask you no questions. You don't want to get to know each other. We don't have to talk, baby. We don't. I said that. And he's like, well, I'm hungry. I haven't eaten since 8 a.m. I'm sorry, I thought that you were 30 years old. I thought that you knew how to feed yourself and like manage your emotions. I was bewildered and shocked. I've literally never experienced that. And it only got worse from there. Like it literally only got worse. So at the end of the day, I was like, I was straight up with them. I said, man, I wish I'd had a better time. I do. I wish I'd had a better time. I had a terrible time. He's like, I don't know what's wrong with you. I enjoyed myself. I said, I'm sure you enjoyed yourself. You were out with me. So I'm sure that you had a good time. Me personally, I had a terrible time. And I told him every single thing that I did not like. I was honest, and I never saw him again. And I never will. That man is blocked. I've never blocked a man that I don't even know. We don't even know each other. We don't have a history at all. And now you have to be blocked. That was a first for me, baby. That was a first.
Have you ever walked away from a first date and thought, wow, I would rather relive my most embarrassing childhood memory than ever do that again? Maybe they showed up 2 hours late. Maybe they trauma dumped before the appetizer arrived. Or maybe, somehow, you ended up paying for a meal you didn't even want while they flirted with the waiter. I had been talking to this person for weeks. The texts were great. The chemistry felt real. We were laughing, sharing stories, staying up late, messaging each other. So naturally, I built this date up in my head. I imagined easy conversation, mutual attraction, maybe even a second date. We agreed to meet at a casual cafe. Nothing fancy, low pressure. I got there early, nervous but excited, and the moment they walked in, I knew something was off. I ignored my discomfort to avoid being rude. I told myself, just get through it. Maybe it'll get better. But here's the truth. Staying silent was hurting me more than leaving would have. I paid for my coffee. We said an awkward goodbye, and I went home feeling defeated. But after sitting with it, something shifted. That date wasn't a failure. It taught me. Discomfort is information. If something feels wrong early on, it usually is. You don't owe anyone your time. Politeness should never come at the cost of self-respect. Rejection isn't always mutual, but misalignment is real. Here's what I do differently now. I set emotional boundaries before the date and leave if I feel disrespected. I trust my instincts without overthinking, and I remind myself, I'm interviewing too. Dating isn't about being chosen, it's about choosing well.